Let's actually jump right into what I suppose is episode 2 of How to Speak with a Perfect American Accent. It has been a hiatus. Maybe it's more than episode 2. Maybe I did some more before, but it's the first episode since I was making some before and put this on pause. I wanted to keep this series on pause until I could get a proper microphone, proper camera, proper editing equipment, but I don't have any of those, so the technical quality still sucks. But I want to make a few things clear about this series. One thing is that the title is meant to be a little bit funny or ironic or silly. Of course, there's no such thing as the perfect American accent. Your accent is already perfect the way it is. This is for mastering and getting better at a generic American accent. Not necessarily that you want to do it, that you want to follow it, but useful to know it and understand it and be able to dip in and out of that. Also, this series is for English as a first language people, English as a second language people, everyone else. I suppose third and beyond. But there is no limited audience. We are here to enjoy the nuances and the particulars, the flavors, like a fine wine of the American accent, of the English language, American English. So you may end up learning or thinking about some things having to do with vocabulary, with grammar, with punctuation. But a lot of what we will be discussing is tonality and timbre or timbre. That's one that I don't actually completely remember that word, how we usually like to say it, or timbre. But for this episode, what I want to do is talk about some commonly mispronounced words. This is actually pretty advanced, so if you're English as a second language person, this is going to be well above and beyond what many of perhaps your contemporaries are looking at. But I'm borrowing this from grammar.yourdictionary.com, and there's an article here that's like a big list of commonly incorrectly pronounced words. So I'm going to talk about some of them, and perhaps that'll be easier than just reading them on a screen. So let's look at some of these. All right. So, this is a great way for me to start here. Okay. Here's a fun word. Cavalry. Now it says don't say cavalry. Say cavalry. I don't know if anyone actually makes that mistake, but that's one thing that they say here. Here's one that is common. Elections coming up. Which candidate do you want to vote for? Which candidate? Candidate. It's a silly sounding word, and it may sound more natural to you to say candidate, like candidate, but that's wrong. Don't do that. Say candidate. No, I can't do it now. Candidate. We got it. We're mastering this together. A lot of this is going to be about me learning as well. So I'm not the Yoda Jedi master. I know the English language. It's a lot of my background. It's a lot of my studying. It's my first language. I am an American English first language person, but I'm also someone who studies this language and has a passion for it. But despite all of that, I am still a student as well. So don't think for a second that I think I'm more knowledgeable than anyone else out there. We're learning this together. Let's look at another one here that I have. Don't say carpal tunnel syndrome. Do say carpal tunnel syndrome. I don't really notice the difference. I suppose you could say carpal sounds like carpool, but it's carpal. Now, I could actually be incorrect on this one, but I think I'm right. So when someone hurts their wrist and they get that from perhaps typing too much, something like that, it's not carpal tunnel syndrome. It's carpal tunnel syndrome. That's pretty advanced. I don't know how often that will come up. We are going to jump around. So don't say chest of drawers or chested drawers. People say it in different ways. You want to say it as chest of drawers. That's how you say it. I got that one wrong probably most of my childhood. Most is a funny word because it's a simple word and it's one I want to return to sometimes, because that might be a word that I am messing up on a lot. I almost have like a Maryland accent when I say it, like moosed, but it's not moosed. It's most. Tell me in the comments if I'm actually screwing it up myself, because I think it is most as in the host with the most with the toast and the roast and so forth. All right. We want to not say dilate. You get the eye drops to dilate your eyes. Don't say that. It's dilate. Dilate. It's 2 syllables. Your eyes dilated. Not dilated. It's not dial. It's dilate. That's a pretty advanced one, but it'll help. These kinds of little things, noticing the little particulars of how words are pronounced, how the tones, the emphasis, and the diphthongs. Let's stop for a moment to talk about diphthongs. A diphthong, the way I think of it, and maybe this isn't the proper textbook definition, but I think of a diphthong as basically when a vowel almost has 2 syllables, like it has more than 1 syllable. So like round and noun. The ow sound is kind of more than a simple one-off sound. You can't hold it. If it's a vowel that you can hold, like ah or oh or e, but you can't hold round. You have to stop somewhere during that ow sound. So, where are you stopping if you want to hold it? You can't go, wow, 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 wow. That would look foolish. And then you would look like me. Very foolish. So, round is a diphthong. It's an example of that. I'll just try to think of more examples. They may come to you, but you may have noticed some as well that you have come across. So, don't say Xscape. It's not an X. It is Xscape. S-cape. S, and then a cape behind you, like a superhero. So, escape. The escape key on your keyboard. Escape from prison. Oh no. Or oh yay, if you're the prisoner. Escape. And there's going to be a number of words like that where people will say X, but it's actually not quite the same as an X. It's, in this case, escape. It's a weird language, English, but that's why we love it. Here's a common one. Don't say February. It is not February. No. Don't say that. You can't, my hand gestures aren't quite making it in view of the camera. Also, the video quality, like I said, is so bad. I'm so washed out. My little forest background isn't quite doing the trick. But thank you for being cool about all of that as we continue to master English together and have fun with it. Because English is a fun language, you know. I think so. So not February. February. Looks weird. Sounds weird, maybe. But when you say it naturally as part of the sentence, next February, I hope to get a promotion. That's how we should say it. February makes one sound less well informed. You don't want to say that. Instead, say February. That's what you want to do. All right. Let's stick with some F's for a while. We might jump around with all of these that I'm reading right here. And if you like these, let me know. We can read off more of them. I'll put the link because I want to give these folks from grammar.yourdictionary.com credit. And if there's more commonly mispronounced words that you would like me to focus on and talk about, let me know, but I'm skipping around. I'm going to focus on F here a lot, though. Don't say federal. That's 2 syllables. It is actually 3 syllables. That's 3. So federal. Federal. You can say it fast, but it's still 3. Federal. That is a federal crime, my friend. That is a federal decision. It's the federal Congress, the Senate and the House of Representatives for the United States. These United States. So don't say flounder. Do say founder. Who says flounder instead of founder? I think some of these don't really happen. All right. Don't say foliage. Say foliage. Simple enough. Foliage like the bushes and trees. Ah, some foliage blocked my view. It obscured my vision. Oh, here's one that's surprising to me. Don't say forte. Do say fort. The word is spelled forte, but the E is pronounced only when speaking of music, as a forte passage. The words for a strong point and a stronghold are pronounced the same. That's so surprising to me. I always thought you were supposed to say, that's his forte. That's his strong suit. In fact, if you just say that's his fort, I actually don't know if anyone will understand it because I think this is so common to get wrong. All right, so that's just a few words. Let's just do that for today. That's all it is. We're going to have more. Keep watching with me. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. I want to try to make this series get more prevalent, get more filled up with content. So let me know if you think it should be more detailed, more funny, less attempts at funny, more fast-paced, slow it down. Anything you can do to tell me what would be good for this series. How to speak with a perfect American accent. Thank you very much. Watch the next one or subscribe or like if you want, but do whatever. And I will see you soon. Thank you.